let's bring in our next guest. What an honor it is to be joined by one of the best young boxers, fighters in the game, the one and only, the takeover, Teofimo Lopez, the pride of Brooklyn, New York. What's up, my man? How are you? Thank you for coming. Great to meet you, my friend.
Thank you for
it's
having
a pleasure. Please have a seat.
Absolutely.
It's a little toasty in here. Hopefully you need to shed a couple pounds, so it'll help you out a little bit.
Oh, we've been ready. We've been ready for sure.
Thank you for doing this. You've been doing a lot of media, a lot of promotion for this.
We have to. It's part of what comes with everything, you know. So my mindset is it's very like you have to have different hats, right?
Yes.
Especially into the boxing world and combat sports. And so I'm just very appreciative of everything and everyone that's willing to, you know, put the takeover brand, you know, very high.
Have you always felt this way? I'm wondering because, and we'll get into what happened last year, but as you said, like your career almost went away, your life almost ended. And so I'm wondering if you have more of an appreciation for not just the fights themselves and the buildup, but like the little things that go into fighting when the spotlight is on you. Do you smell the flowers now because you were so close to, you know, suffering some serious consequences?
Well, in this world, you know, it's all about death and taxes and stuff, right? That's all that really will come with you. So, you know, I think when it came to death, you know, and it did come in my hospital bed when I was in the ICU after my fight. I gave death one thing I think different, and that was my flower. You know, I said, not right now, come back later.
Wow.
And, you know, because we still have a lot more to do right now in this part. You know, I realized more. Yeah, I'm very much more appreciative of not just my life, but the things that are coming around with it. So we have to hold that with grace, with mercy, and peace and love.
Wow. That's a big statement. You really feel like you were close to death last year?
Man, anybody that would have done that would have died immediately.
You think so? Wow, they've told you this.
The doctor said, like, even with the conditions I had going into the fight, I already was dealing with the torn, my esophagus torn and my chest already torn.
So can you tell, because, you know, this is an MMA audience, so they've obviously heard of you, and we had Kambosos on after the show. What were you doing? What do we got here, dreidel? What is this?
Yeah,
that's a Santa Claus dreidel. Yeah. I like this, bridging the gap between the Jews and the Christians. That's very nice.
Peace and love, brother.
Peace and love, my man. I love it. You were the champ. You fought. You beat Lomachenko. It was an incredible performance, and then you had the Kambosos fight. And then you find out afterwards that you're dealing with this serious issue. What was the issue?
This issue, I can't really, it's a big word.
Yeah, it is a big word.
It is a big word. I can't really, I don't know how to pronounce it.
But what were you dealing with?
I was dealing with, I actually had air in my neck during the fight. I had air in my neck. I had air going, actually going through my heart during the fight.
Okay.
So from the first round, but I got to remind everyone that this actually happened after the weigh-ins. I went to eat at an Italian restaurant. I don't want to name the name because, you know.
Yeah.
However, because that's just who I am.
Yeah.
However, I think it was just the sauce. After losing all that weight and cutting that much, I was just so dehydrated that I didn't have no magnesium in me. I didn't have no vitamin D in me. So even though I was drinking water and trying to rehydrate the way we do as combat athletes, you know, whether it's Pedialyte or Prime, whatever it is, those were the things that I thought it would help me. But it turned out, no. I think I was just really hurting my body to the point where I was just a walking corpse. So when I went to try to eat, you know, pasta, a lot of us eat pasta for the carbs after all that dehydration we have made. And the moment I ate, man, just something happened. My voice started to change. And then next thing you know, my whole team noticed that. And next thing you know, I started touching my neck, just swollen, puffed up. My father wanted to take me to the hospital. I said, no, I got to fight. Because if I go into that and if I go to the hospital, I knew that they were going to take me out of the fight. And what happened last year, how many times did they postpone my fight against Kambosos was about more than several times. Yes. Now, I don't understand why. However, it could have been also the prolonged of COVID, you know. Anyways, long story short, I went in there. That was a choice I made, you know. But why? Because I'm a performer. You know, I go out there and I want to give the fans what they want to see. But my father's right about one thing, you know. It's great to give everyone what they want to see, but you have also a kid. You know, you have someone that you have to, you know, raise. It's not worth it. It's not worth your life. But I did it anyways. I'm someone that's, they call me delusional, crazy, whatever, but I'm not any of those. I'm actually insane. You know, I love what I do. And if I got to go out, I'll go out on doing something that I love.
Do you regret doing it?
No, not at all. You got to go in everything with, it teaches you something. Life is always going to be hard. I feel like a lot of people don't really want to have a hard life, but it's going to happen regardless. Whether you avoid it throughout the years, whether you're smoking that ganja and just trying to numb the pain, I've been there. It's always going to come back to you. And sometimes they might even pile up so much because you're trying to ignore it that it hits you right in your face even harder. So going into that fight, I was already ill. And then doing 12 rounds like that.
Yeah.
I never thought of actually quitting on my stool until that fight. And it came to me. And I looked up, and I really did. I looked at, we're all energy. I looked at those lights, and I said, man, I need your help here. Because I'm about to quit. And that ain't something that I'm doing. Like, that's not in me. It's not built in me. And next thing you know, a couple rounds later, I put him down. I couldn't finish him. Couldn't breathe. But it goes to show, just keep pushing forward, keep moving forward. This taught me more than anything the great value lesson of life. And that is that we have to evolve. Sometimes we even have to go through those hard times, near death experiences to even appreciate it more.
And do you remember like how early in the fight were you starting to feel like, holy crap?
The first round.
Oh, it was that bad, huh?
Because I had asthma. I'm an asthmatic kid. I've been having asthma since I was 6 years old. When my father moved us from New York, from Brooklyn to South Florida. I don't know if it was the climate change, but right away, I just started getting asthma.
Wow.
And I almost died 3 times with that, just alone. And then this was my 4th time near-death experience with asthma. And on top of that, I had bronchitis. I had bronchitis going into that fight and had early stages of pneumonia, fighting George Kambosos. And then on top, what else? I had a big gash cut, blood everywhere, spilling all. I mean, anything that could happen wrong that night happened. And I still somehow walked out the ring okay. Yeah, I did a backflip. I mean, I'm performing. Crazy, but I didn't know that, it's just all the adrenaline kicked in.
Yeah,
I think the only people that are going to really know the adrenaline part is the combat athletes.
Yeah.
That's why I respect the MMA fighters. I love what they do because they are hard-earned fighters, man. These guys work their butt off. They don't care, blood, sweat, or tears. And the thing is that when you see them in person, though, they're not like that. Very humble. The humility that they carry is so, I idolize that a lot.
And so when you walk out, how long after are you going to the hospital? It's like right away? Did you collapse?
Right away.
Right away?
Right
Did
away.
you collapse?
Huh?
Did you collapse backstage?
No, because so much was going on.
Yeah.
I was crying in the back. I was crying in the back because it just hurts. Like if only people really truly knew how that was and the pain I was really going through. But I don't wish that on anybody, not even on my worst enemy.
How close to 100% do you think you were in that fight? Like, do you
I was at like I was at like 10% going into that fight. So,
wow.
Anyone could have beaten me that night, And I beat myself though. That's what I realized. I realized that I beat myself because why? My younger self, I'm only 25, right?
Yeah.
But the thing was, my ego got in the way. Said no. I basically told my coach and my father, who's my father, I told him, no, I'm not going to the hospital because that was my ego self. That was my pride. That was me saying, I got to do this because this is what I got to do. Everybody's talking down on me. I've done much more than what people have done in just 25 years alone. So I had to go through that to remind myself that I'm doing a lot better than what people say I'm doing.
Yeah, for sure. And so when you go there, they tell you could have died?
To be honest, I had 2 trauma surgeons deciding what they were going to do with my life because they said that if they open me up, the chances of me surviving that are less than 50%.
Jesus.
So they wanted to wait. So I went to the first hospital because I left. There was this one hospital.
That night you left?
That night. No. That night they checked me in.
Yeah.
Kambosos was on the other side of the bed.
Okay.
He was on the other side of the rooms.
Got it.
He was dealing with his own stuff. But with me, they didn't know what to do. They did blood work. They couldn't believe it. They said my vitamin D levels was all the way down. My magnesium was all the way low. They said I was a walking corpse,
Jeez.
Literally. So 2 trauma surgeons pulls up, boom, deciding, talking about it. We're trying to see if maybe this heals up before we open you up.
Right.
Because I think they didn't want to have, blood on their hands.
Yeah.
And, so we waited. All they did, though, that hospital, all they did was just pump saline on me the whole time. And I told them, I'm in a lot of pain. My back is killing me, everything. They hit me with morphine, still didn't work. They hit me with Dilaudid, still didn't work. They hit me with every kind of narcotic or any drug that could take all that pain. Nothing worked. And I was dealing with pain again, more than ever, after the fight, everything, after the bruising, after the punching, after just the soreness for 12 hard rounds.
Yeah.
You know? And what happens? You know, I left after Monday. I waited. I thought they were gonna like do more things on me, and all they did was pump me up. So I left, and one of the doctors, she came to the hotel, because I went back to the Stewart Hotel.
Got it.
And I went to my family, and I was just like, you know, whatever. Like, I don't know what to do. She checks my report, and she says, she looked like she saw a ghost. And she tells me, she says, I don't know how you're still here right now. She says, from what I'm reading, you shouldn't even be alive. She was like, you're either a beast or a god right now. Yeah. And I was just like, and she was like, we need to take you right away. So we went to the NYU and the Presbyterian hospital, and they took care of me more than ever. They threw me right away into the ICU.
Wow.
And they just started to give me antibiotics, anything that could help me with pneumonia, anything that could help me with my bronchitis, all those things. And, you know, I'm thankful for them, man, because they really were working and watching me every way possible.
Did you get surgery?
No, I didn't need surgery. Wow. Thankfully, it healed up with the antibiotics and stuff that they were giving me.
And how long were you in the hospital for that second time?
The second time, so 3 days, and then I left.
Yeah.
I was in agony pain, and then I went back to the hospital, and I was there for another week and a half.
Wow.
And within those 4 or 5 days, I was in the ICU.
Wow. And how long did you need to start to feel like you were 100% after all this? Like, you leave the hospital.
To be honest, my last fight with Pedro Campa, I actually went into that fight a bit early.
You think so? Yeah.
No, I was told so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why would you do this?
I love my sport.
Yeah, but it's your life, man. Like you said, it's you have a son. You know what I mean? You're 25. You're a kid.
Yeah, so I use my body for that.
I know, but is it worth it?
It is.
How can you say that?
Because I'm doing something that I love.
Yeah.
If I gotta die doing something that I love, just like Jesus did, then so be it.
You're at peace with that. You're comfortable with that. Yeah. Even if they're telling you it's too early, even if they're saying.
Because it's only too early if I say it is.
All right, well, someone else is telling you it's too early though, right?
Yeah.
And why didn't you listen to them?
Because they don't know me.
Okay.
No one does. They say they do, but they don't.
You have your dad. I'm sure, you know, no one loves you more than your dad, right?
My mother.
Okay, your mother, fine. Your parents. And I know what that love is all about. Is he telling you he's comfortable with you fighting? It's one thing for a coach to be like, yeah, all right, let's go out there, let's make some money. This is your dad, right? Like, you're his son. I gotta
say, like, I've been bullied as a kid, so I think that just made me stronger, kept moving forward. I ain't stopped, you know.
Was he supportive of you coming back in August?
Yeah.
Okay.
My father raised me right.
All right.
Raised me tough.
But you felt like you came back too soon. In retrospect, how close to 100% were you there?
Probably like at 45, 50.
Damn. And you won that fight, but you don't feel like that was your best?
Nah. Right now, December 10th, everyone's going to see my best.
You feel like you're 100% now?
Yeah, because they told me I had to wait. They told me I had to heal for about 8 to 9 months.
Yeah.
And that, like, I don't want to fight once a year, ladies and gentlemen, and pronouns. I don't want to fight once a year.
Like, how many times? What's a good amount for you?
2, 3 times.
Yeah, okay.
Like, this is now, I needed to go through that.
Yeah.
I like challenges, even if I'm risking my life. You know, the bigger the risk, the greater the reward. And for anybody out there, I mean, look, the lashes, the whips, everything that comes with us, it's all going to be left here. So I don't got to worry about it. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm heading. So I ain't worried about that. I just want to leave a lot behind before any of that comes.
Do you have to do, I know New York is a pretty like strict state. Do you have to do like extra stuff so that they know that, you know, you're healthy enough to fight? Do they make you go through more tests?
They always do.
Okay.
They always do. Me as an asthmatic kid too.
Oh, okay.
No, but people don't get that. Imagine that, you know. I have to train. That's another thing. A lot of these athletes, a lot of these guys, when they train and everything, they're at 100%. They don't have to deal with the conditions that I had to deal with as a kid. You know, me, I have to train all the way to 120% to match their 100%. You get me? Mm-hmm. So that's why when they talk all this and everything, I know that they're soft. Truth be told, I know that every guy that calls me out, they're just soft because they're scared. They're scared of, you know what? Fear. They're feared of death.
Mm.
See, there's a problem like that. Bob Marley mentions, he says, there's a problem right now where death is trying to take over life.
Mm.
But if you really know, life will always take over death. That's why when death came, I said, here's my flower.
Mm.
Because I'm alive. Death will come again, but not to collect me. That is the truth.
Are there people who are still saying, like, if you went to medical professionals, would they tell you don't fight now? Or do you feel like you have a clean bill of health?
Nah, they would have told me no fighting no more.
Really?
Yeah, if the New York State Athletic Commission, they even said if I had what they said I had, there was another word that's almost equivalent to it.
Okay.
They said if I had that, then I wouldn't be fighting no more.
Damn. Okay.
They would have to suspend my whole license and everything, and I wouldn't be able even to go to the UFC. They would cancel everything because they do not want to have, I suppose, blood on their hands as well.
Sure. Okay. And as far as your cardio is concerned and all that stuff, like, do you feel any different after going through this?
Blessed.
Blessed. Okay. All right.
More than ever. I am truly blessed. You know why? Because I thank the universe. You know, I thank God. I thank Jesus for the Son of God for everything that He brings to my life. You know, this is to teach me more. You know, you don't stop. Don't ever stop. Even when people are saying, don't do it no more. It's going to happen regardless. It's going to happen. What the heck everybody fearful of? You know, something is like, you know, I've been to hell twice. Came back a third time.
What was the first time?
First time? Good question. That's for me to know. For everybody else.
Hold on, I thought you were an open book. That's what everyone tells me. You keep it.
I always keep everything open.
You don't want to talk about this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this a long time ago?
Nah, it was all in that same year.
Same year?
Yeah, last year.
Okay.
I died twice, man. Came back a third time, and I'm here.
Was it boxing related?
No.
It
personal
wasn't.
related.
Okay. Do you mean like your spirit died, or do you mean like physically you died?
Physically, man.
Really?
Yeah.
And you don't want to talk about it?
Nah.
Okay.
That one right there it has to be kept secret.
Okay.
Because for the jury of the eyes and everyone here, it's considered guilty.
Okay.
But for me, well, not for me, but from the other jury, from judgment, I'm plead not guilty.
Okay.
So with that being said, I'll just rest my case there.
That is quite the tease right there. I mean, I've never heard someone describe it like that, but fair enough. I will respect you don't want to talk about it.
Appreciate that.
In June, I'm wondering, like, when you saw Kambosos fight Haney in front of like 50,000 people, what did you feel when you saw that? Because that's
I was actually, I rented one of the city bikes. I was here in New York City, and I was just riding my bike, listening to music, because you know why?
You didn't watch it?
I didn't watch it.
Why?
Because I don't need to add more of my positivity. I don't need to inflict it on negative.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Everything is planned. Everything's already coordinated. My sport, along with combat sports, how is it that my brother's here, my guy's here, right?
Yeah.
Why are they risking everything that they have, getting paid less than what the guy up on the table, getting more from them?
Yeah, I agree.
This is Mandingo fighting all over again.
Okay.
And people don't talk about it. But I will, because I have the right to. If anything, it needs to be known that we risk our lives. We should be, it's not about the money. This is the thing that people don't get. It's just this, is that we risking our lives. We're taking the punches. We got to go back, and our kids got to see us like this.
Mm-hmm.
So at least reward us with our gifts.
I agree.
Reward us with our earnings. How the heck is someone that's just watching you, seeing you just get beat up and torn down and making more than you? Not only is it making more than you, making billions of dollars off of you. And what they give us? Pennies.
Do you feel like you're underpaid?
Everybody's underpaid.
Do you feel like boxers get paid more than MMA fighters?
Yeah.
And
these guys deserve to get paid more than these boxers of this era.
You think so?
I know so.
Why do you believe that? Because this is a big topic of discussion on this show.
Because of the corruption, man. Everybody's on a chain like a dog. I'm sorry, but it's...
What was that? We had some...
Everyone's like a chain on a dog right now. And those people that run this, they tell them what to do.
Do you see the breakdown of what the UFC
I know
makes?
what the breakdown is. Man, I won the U.S. Olympic trials. People don't know this. I'm gonna speak these facts right now, and I appreciate you asking these questions.
Of course.
Now listen, I won the U.S. Olympic trials back in 2015 to represent USA in the 2016 Olympic Games for Rio de Janeiro.
Yep.
I earned that spot. I won that spot. And what they did, they gave it to somebody else under the table.
Really?
Yeah. Because why? It's all about money. It's not about what the professions or what we do. That's why you don't see. That's why in 2028, the IOC has declared that boxing will not be in the Olympic Games because it's too much corruption.
Yeah.
2016 Olympic Games, you know what that was? An auction. Who wants the medal? How much you want? How much is this? France got it. Russia had got it. You know, everybody had got different ones. I mean this with respect, man. We risking our lives. We taking a lot of, I've done 21 years of blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. When nobody wanted to stand up to face Vasily Lomachenko, who did? I did. And I got underpaid on that fight too. But it wasn't about that. I knew the rewards that were going to come with it, which was what? The truth, essence of everything that Muhammad Ali mentions. Becoming the greatest of all times. You know, becoming the best. So what was it for me? Becoming undisputed. Now they want to dispute my undisputed. You know what I mean? So it's okay. This just makes me let it be known what I'm doing is right. Or, you know, and I just got to keep moving to 140. Let it be known I can't do this again.
Why did you move to 140? Because you can make a case that 35.
I did everything I could at 35.
Even though there's still some names there that would be big fights, you versus them.
Those guys are man-made. Teofimo is self-made.
Okay.
You know, do you see any of them? Listen, man, like the 10 and 7. And this is also a thing that I need to be careful with because people are so insensitive. They're very insensitive now. I love my guys, man. Everyone. Combat sports. Everyone that's willing to fight. Truth be told, though, man, we still living in shackles. Not just the fighters. Everyone. The only thing is that they bedazzled the shackles. You know? They did. And you have to be woke. You have to be awakened to really see that. So I just try to leave my peace, man. I don't try to fight with nobody. You know, I don't try to, because I'm not the big tough guy. I ain't trying to be a tough guy. Trust me, I'm only a tough guy in the ring, man. So whoever they put in front of me, I'll beat them. You got a problem with me? I'm not going to give it to you. I'm going to give it to you in the ring. You know, and everybody's going to see that come December 10th. I know that this world is a lot bigger than what it looks like. So I got to be careful with my tongue, too, because it's very powerful. I love a lot. And I need to figure out how do I do it better for the new generation because they don't know what they're getting into. You know, the youth, the kids, you know, they are our future. I realize as I keep getting older and I'm getting older and older, I realize that 25 right now, the irony, 25 now, you know, how do I want to see our world, our life when I'm like 70? You know, it's up to us. It really is. That's why it's called genius. There's an I, and it's up to the generation of us.
I never heard that one.
Because this is all God's plan, not mine.
Are you, and I'm just wondering, just to be clear, like, are you upset or disappointed or feeling some sort of way about things outside of boxing?
This is good.
Like when you talk about the shackles, what are you referring to? Are you referring to promoters?
The mind.
Okay.
The mind. Take care of your mental. Don't let anyone. You know, I've seen a lot of people. Man, they post a lot of luxurious things, but they don't even own them. You know, I post luxurious things I don't even own. You know what I'm saying? I don't own them. And I do it from time to time, but it doesn't mean that I'm happy with it. You know, it's just an illusion that I throw into everybody else.
Did you at all in the past year, like post Kambosos leading up to the return, you know, you lose, there was a big spotlight on you. I know you think you won, but
I did.
Yes. Any sort of like, just, and I've talked to a lot of fighters who've talked about the depression afterwards, when the music stops, when people aren't talking about you, when they think that you lost to this guy that you think you won. Like, did you deal with any of that?
No, because that's why we have amateurs, even for MMA fighters, how, you know, the UFC and everything, there's levels to it, right? And you have to earn it. That's why we have Bellator, and that's why you have all these other things, PFL, everything like that. So
and you know your MMA.
You got to.
Are you a fan?
I am a big fan.
Okay, you watch.
I love it.
Oh, really?
I'm more of a fan now into UFC than I am in boxing.
You're kidding.
No.
Why?
Because boxing is fake.
Really?
Yeah, all the boxers are fake, man.
Who do you like in MMA?
I like Masvidal for sure.
Yeah.
You know, Nate Diaz is dope, man. That's a dog, man.
Yeah.
And Nick.
Nick, yeah, legends.
all these guys.
You think they
man.
could do well in boxing? The Diaz brothers, Nate in particular, he's talking about that.
I
now.
could train them too, man.
Oh my gosh.
I'm someone that loves to just teach them, just like the art of man right here.
Yes.
Bruce Lee, he went against his own culture to teach more. That Jeet
You're a fan of his?
Jeet Kune Do.
Yeah, of course, legend. Have you like read his stuff, watched his
Yeah,
stuff?
because I think he implemented a lot of stuff into even my life, which is what? That's our canvas, right? That's our art. And it's what we do with it, right? You want the world to see what? What do you want the world to see? I think that's really what the true essence was. So for me, it's just what I want to really show for my creative side is growth. That's why I have a crooked smile.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need to be perfect. I already am perfect in God's eyes. I'm imperfectly perfect.
Okay.
And I need to stay it that way. Whether people on that other side of the screen are doubting me or talking reckless of me right now, they're over there for a reason, and I'm here talking with you. So who's really losing? You know, I didn't lose in that fight. If anything, I gained more because I've always learned from my losses than I did with my successes. You only truly lose, and I'll tell you this for everyone, Ariel, I'll tell you, you only truly lose when you quit or when you take a knee and you bow yourself down to someone that thinks they're a god. That's the only time you really fail and lose. Other than that, no matter how many failures, look how many times Michael Jordan has failed. Look, he even got denied in high school. You know what I'm saying? And I bet you they regret that more than ever.
Yeah.
But what did I do? He went from high school, he said, okay, I'm not there, then I'm gonna go to the NBA. Boom, same thing for Kobe. You know, all these guys, do your research. You know, Martin Luther King Jr., this is for all my brothers and sisters. Out of a mountain of despair, a stone of hope. That was his words. Those were his words. The dream still lives on. And what a lot of people don't understand, 2600 BC, united we stand, divided we fall. Where is that? We're all falling. But I'm not. I'll be damned.
You mentioned boxing is fake. You like MMA more these days. Would you ever consider going to MMA?
I look forward to helping the MMA.
Okay. You don't want to fight yourself. That's not your thing.
Man, I don't know. I mean, I might ask him, teach me a little things, just in case there's ever a reckless guy thinking that he can take me one-on-one in the streets.
But when you say like helping the MMA guys, what do you mean by that?
They all want to learn how to stand up. Because how do you start in every fight? You stand up.
Yeah.
They know how to do the grappling.
Yeah.
They know how to do all that. It takes a couple years to learn that.
What do you think of all this stuff with Jake Paul fighting the MMA guys and beating them?
Hey, so by all means, do what you got to do, brother. Do it. If you want to make your money like that and make it easy. I mean, that's what they're doing in my sport anyways.
What do you mean by that? Like easy fights?
Yeah. It's all an illusion, man. I face these fighters. When Lomachenko said that I don't want to fight Teofimo until he gives me something to fight for, we fought Richard Comey, who had the IBF world title back in 2019. And I won my first world title there. I earned that. So what happened? We cornered that little man right where we needed him, and we put him down in front of everyone. 4.3 million views. That's viewerships, though.
Yeah.
You know, that's only one television.
Yeah.
So it's actually bigger than that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just thankful. I'm grateful, man. I don't want, you know, I've been rich. You know why? Because I love. And that's the richest that you could ever have.
And do you have any, I know you're at 40 now, but like, do you want to revisit Kambosos at some point? Like, do you want to get that one back, right that wrong?
For everyone, just tune in December 10th. You never know. Okay.
Well, you have something you want to say?
I always have something to say but it's not about what I say. It's about you.
That'd be a big fight though, right? Or do you think that him losing twice kind of messed it up?
Like I said, you know, I'm looking forward to, you know, those world titles.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to becoming a 2-time undisputed world champion. You know, I'm following actually Clarissa Shields.
Yeah.
You know, she's a GOAT for a reason.
Yeah.
She's made, you know, shout out to the woman empowerment too. You know, I'm following her. She's leading by example, at least in the sport of boxing, at least in my sport, which is what? She goes and finds other ways. 2-time Olympic gold medalist, now a 3 different divisional undisputed world champion. The girl don't stop.
Even tried MMA.
She even did MMA.
Yeah.
Now what's her record? 1-1?
1-1, yeah.
Okay, but it's okay. She
tried it,
something.
yeah.
So as you can see, she will always try and challenge herself. I like that. I like that a lot because, like, thank goodness I have someone to really idolize in that sense. Now I need to become the only male to win two undisputeds in 2 different divisions.
Can you go back to 35, or can you
Nah, no,
can't
no,
make that
no.
weight, right?
No, not at all, man.
No.
If I go there, it's just me asking to commit suicide.
Right. How high do you think you'll go in your career? Like 40? Like what's the
I
heaviest you
think
think?
54, 60.
Okay, really?
Yeah, I'm still 25. I'm just growing. A lot of things people don't even know. The doctors, when they used to check some people are late bloomers. I'm one of them. I am. Even if my knowledge is up to tack to compete with others, my body isn't yet, which is what, like when I was 18, my bones were still like this. Doctor was like, how old are you? I'm 18. He said, you still got kid bones, literally.
Wow.
He says, you're not where you need to be. You need to be here already. And little by little, I already feel it. I'm starting to get there. The power is still there. The strength is still there, but the maturity side is kicking in now. And I noticed that going into camp this time around. My father noticed it too, where I'm more mature ring generalship inside now.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me 21 years to even get better on that part. You gotta learn how to accept to be a student, to be a tremendous teacher. A lot of people just want to be a teacher, but then when they become that teacher, they don't know how to express it. So how do you learn? You always gotta learn. That's why I always say, like, fame is just like juice. It don't last long. But the legends up there, the legends that left a lot, that's the sauce. That's the sauce. It lasts forever. No matter what it is, no matter what people say, Teofimo Lopez, his name, The Takeover, and they trying to take over The Takeover.
What do you mean?
Netflix, The Takeover.
Oh, all right. Yes, that's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So now this is worldwide takeover. This is takeover.
After the Kambosos fight, I'm sure, and I know you heard this. Like people are like, "Oh, it's time for you to go your separate ways from your dad," and things like that. Did that annoy you? Did you feel like that was unfair? That people were trying to cause a rift between you and your father? Don't pay attention.
Like Walt Elias Disney says, he says it best. He says, "Never neglect family for business."
Wow, you got so many lines
Oh, this is just the beginning.
for days.
Yeah.
So you never
because you
considered
got to
that.
know what you're talking. You got to know who you're really talking to. You do. Do your research. You got to know who you're working for. Truthfully. See, I chose this. No, I didn't even choose this sport. It chose me. I gave blood to the sport when I was 6 years old.
Damn, what is that?
This is actually
Obviously it's a scar.
I got a whole scar that almost took my whole arm out.
Jesus.
I was 6 years old. I was hitting a double end bag. That's what we call in boxing. A double end bag has 2 hooks.
Yeah.
I'm over here. I'm learning how to throw the punches. I'm starting to get into boxing. 6 years old. You know what happens? I see a double end bag. I say, man, I'm going to hit that when I get back. I went to go get water. And just like me, I'm someone that when I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Right.
And what I did, I threw a hook at it. And the hook grabbed me right here and just ripped my whole skin. Wow. Everything. It was a clean cut. And how old was I? 6. Gave blood to my own sport at 6 years old. And look what the blessings I've gained from everything. It didn't stop. That didn't stop me. These cuts don't stop me. Whoever comes in front of me ain't gonna stop me because you know why? My soul is bigger than them. Truthfully, be told. Because I ain't fold under pressure when it came at me. I stood up. I arose from it. You know what Michael X says. But I quoted off of Ali, which Ali learned from Malcolm X, which is, you stand for something. You either stand for something or you fall for anything. So I'm standing for something. I'm appreciative that you bring me here today. But this ain't our plan. This is just God's plan. Everything is connection. All living things are connected. Don't forget that.
And how do you, like, you read a lot? Like, where do you get all these
I read
lines?
a lot, more than ever.
Yeah.
I needed that. I needed to die twice last year to really understand, okay, take a step back. What is it that I'm really here for? Mark Twain, the most 2 important days in your life is the day you were born and the day you find out why. So this is it. How do I express more to the kids? It's not about to adults. If the adults want to learn from me, cool. If they don't, I don't care. It's about the youth. I'm thinking about those kids. I have a kid of myself. It's what you give them. See, people trying to give them money or show them that this is how you do it. No, the truth, money is knowledge. When you drop that knowledge on them, you could teach them even more than what you know. And then you can learn from your own child. People are just giving them an apple to bite on. No, you don't know what that apple is actually giving you. You don't know.
How old's your son?
My son is a year old, and I'm going to show the world my son on Saturday.
He's going to be there?
He's going to be there,
Oh, my.
and I'm going to carry him. And I'm going to show the world my son only one time because I have a lot of work to do for that boy. You guys won't see my son after that for a while.
What happens if he's like 9 or 10? He's like, I want to be like you. I want to be a fighter too. Would you?
Then I will help him navigate. That's why I'm working my butt off
Right.
to fix the corruption that's actually happening in my sport.
What kind of corruption is happening?
It's for me to know.
Okay.
I can't express that because, like I say, I'm still in the sport myself, and I don't need to F myself.
I get it.
You know, respectfully, because
no, I get it.
They're not taking the blows. They just eating their popcorn and like, yes, this kid is making us money, you know? But you know what? I ran into this guy. I was on a bike. I went with my team just a couple days ago. Actually, no, today. We rode down the bike, Central Park. And I see this guy. He has a sign, homeless dude. Everybody's ignoring the homeless. I go to the homeless dude, and he's woke. And he has a sign that says, you know, have a beautiful smile and, you know, just smile through it all, basically. And I come to him with Alexander, the $10 bill. And I go and I'm like, I already know he's not into the money. He gave me a good lesson, though. He says, you could burn money, but you can't burn love. I said, thank you. I needed to hear that. Now I carry that with me more than ever because it's you can't burn this. You can't stop this. So I leave it all in everyone else's hands.
Fair. So if your son wants to do it, then
if my son wants to do it, sorry, I always off track.
No, it's all good.
So passionate.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it.
Very
man.
passionate.
It's great. It's great to talk to you. I've been watching you for a long time, so it's an honor to have you here, and I love the passion that you exude.
It's my son. If he wants to fight, just like my father,
you'll be okay with it, but you're going to guide him.
Because I'm just going to guide him and teach him better ways, better than I did, better than I'm doing now.
I get it.
You know.
How do you feel? How's your relationship with Top Rank right now? Do you feel like you're in a good spot with them?
I'm in a really great spot with them.
Okay. I remember, man, I was listening to that purse bid. We don't have purse bids in MMA. I kind of wish that we did.
You know, actually now they don't even do that no more.
You think they're stopping it?
Yeah, man.
Well, they did it for Fury and White, right? Got a huge number.
Because Teofimo stands for something.
But what happened with Triller, these guys? They paid all this money, or they said they were going to pay this money, and then they kept...
Yeah, man, everybody say everything.
Yeah.
But they ain't going to do whatever they want to do because they're being told by somebody else to do it.
Okay.
So that's why I don't respect any of them. I'll give you always my hand and my peace and love, respectfully.
You feel like you got screwed out of that whole thing?
No, it taught me a lot of lessons. You only get screwed if you allow them to win that.
Yeah. But I felt like you had so much momentum, and these guys came with all this supposed money, and then you were the one that was suffering because I know there was the one time you had COVID, unfortunately, but like it kept getting pushed, and then I felt like it wasn't fair to you.
It shows me a valid, true lesson, and not towards Triller, just overall in general. They know I get it. They know I understand it. They know that table got bigger. And with that being told, it breaks my heart. Truthfully, it breaks my heart. Somebody got to stand up for not just the people of combat sports, but just in general, man. Why did we have these gifts? You know, God giveth, God taketh. Blessed be the name of the Lord, right? So if he gave us all this, it's not just for us to keep for our own sake haven. We got to give it back. See, there's two types of people as well. There's givers and takers. The givers, they sleep better. The takers, they eat better. See, I'm a giver, man. That's why I can sleep better. I'm a giver. I'm always going to give. I'd rather give more. Right now, I spent $90,000 of my own hard-earned money, right? Only for 350 tickets. So I can give to those kids, to their parents, because the holidays is near. You see, short-term loss for a long-term gain.
Yeah.
My thing now, and I'm dropping gems for everyone out there, use your platform for a better image. Why are we giving them this thought of process that you got to be rich in this way or show jewelry and look rich? You know, I idolize a lot of the billionaires because you wouldn't even know they were a billionaire.
Right.
You know why? Because they don't show it. They do it. That's what Bruce Lee meant. He says, you must not just act, you must do. And now I'm doing. Because what I know here, nothing in this world could ever buy that. Ever.
What does that tattoo say on your arm? Be aware?
Be water.
Be water. Oh, that's Bruce Lee.
Yeah, be water, my friend.
So you're...
Sometimes I like to rock the boat, though.
I like that. I like that. I know we have to let you go in a moment. You've got a lot of media. I think you're going to see Dr. Mike.
Yeah.
You saw that guy? You saw his boxing pro debut? He did pretty well, right? For a doctor, not bad.
I can't wait to talk to him because I know he likes to know about the body. Take care of your body.
Yes.
Your body's your temple.
That conversation is going to be fascinating because you guys could talk about this. I don't know any of this stuff.
Your body's your temple. Your mind is your power. You know, if you take care of your body, then you will generate power.
Yeah.
You know, now it's what you do with it. That's why I don't respect the 1% club. You know why I don't respect them?
Why?
Because from all the books, and this is the irony that I like. This is my last thing, and then we could...
Okay.
The irony is this. For all the knowledge or quote-unquote books that they've read, they still judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
So so I've been in those rooms with the 1% club. And I just looked at them and I said, man, this ain't for me.
Right.
Because y'all judge me before you even know me.
Right.
So I need to figure out somewhere else. No, now it's the 0% club, the only club.
All goes well on Saturday, and you've shined.
All will go well.
All will go well. You've shined on Heisman night. Are you going to rock the? I think Caleb Williams he's the
he's the favorite, but I don't know. I feel like they might switch it on me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I got to stay aware.
Because in the past, you've gotten the winner. You've rocked the jersey, Joe Burrow, right? So, okay, we'll see.
I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta always be.
Oh, so are you gonna have multiple jerseys based on who wins? You'll rock that one
this time around, yes.
Okay, I appreciate.
But I got
that.
also, I always add a little flavor into it. I always add a little bit of the Teofimo in us. You know, there's only one Teofimo.
That's right. There's a photo of you rocking the Joe Burrow back in the day. And you know, we've had a lot of interesting fights this year. I think the end of the year in boxing been a little disappointing with some of these big fights. I mean, just this weekend that you're fighting on, Terrence Crawford's fighting not against Errol Spence. Last weekend, Tyson Fury fought.
Because why? You know why?
Tell us.
Because they only care about money.
Right.
Truth be told, too.
Who's they?
The fighters, man.
The fighters or the promoters?
Oh, man, everybody.
Shouldn't the fighters care about money, though? I mean, the window is so short. Shouldn't you try to get as much as possible?
Here's another quote. When you chase the money, it'll always run faster.
That's right. Jeez, you are like an unbelievable
I'm only 25,
wealth of knowledge.
man.
Yes, you're way smarter than me. I'm
It's not,
40.
No, we're not way smarter than anyone.
Sure.
It's just some tend to lean on the sleep rather than the awaken.
Okay.
And you just have to just do your research. All is there. Why we have these computers and everything, technology is for research, not for social. I mean, I got a platform. Truthfully, I have a platform, right? I have to keep that. True. However, I also got to do my knowledgeable work on it too. I got to do my research. I have to know what this is and what the true essence of life can be. Why do we still have a living? Why are we still living? You know, life, you know why life is still created for us? So that it's a recycle of our sins. To show the impossible is possible with God. So it will keep recycling, even if it's after me, even if anything, it's always going to recycle because I know there's one kid at least out of this group listening right now and like, thank you, I needed to hear something like that.
Is Regis Prograis next?
Man, all them boys could get it. All of them.
What's the big one? What's the big one for you in
Josh
2023?
Taylor in the UK.
Oh, that'd be fun.
It could be here in New York. It could be in the
UK would be
UK.
fun.
I think it would be nice to fight him in front of all his UK fans and everyone like that from Europe. I think that would be nice, you know? And I think that's definitely something on my list, probably in the summer of next year.
Okay. Well, first things first, it's this Saturday, December 10th, after the Heisman broadcast at Madison Square Garden, the Mecca. Teofimo Lopez, you're the man. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for dropping knowledge. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for making me feel smarter about life. And I really do wish you the best as far as your health is concerned and your career is concerned.
For everyone, man, it's not hard. Just treat the same person. There's no title. That's why it's called entitled, because it's in them. However, the CEO, you should treat just as much as you see the janitor, because the janitor keeps that CEO business clean.
Yeah, he does.
So you got to treat everyone the same because we all got to go back home to somebody, right?
Yeah.
We all have a family, you know, and I don't want to risk what I do to hurt everyone. I don't.
Well, I'm excited to see you at 100%, like you say, first time in a while.
Only the ones that are in the ring, though.
Right. And great face-off yesterday with Sandor Martin. It got a little tense there, a little touchy. So I'm
Well,
very
no, you gotta let it be known.
I like it.
I'm here.
I like it. I like it.
I am here,
Yes.
and I'm here to take over. I'm here to just show everyone, truthfully, what it be told. Everything that they thought you wanted to make me an example. Well, here I am.